Hello, everybody. Thanks for being on the call. We might just blow your mind today. All right. So we're going to talk about how you can get supplemental benefits that reduce healthcare costs and make your place a better place to work. Now, it seems kind of like those statements are at odds with each other. If you reduce healthcare costs, usually you're getting things have gone downhill. Okay. But, you know, we have a problem with our healthcare today. And I think we look to the wrong places for solutions. It's not those that are profiting from the problem that are going to bring the solutions. You know, I saw a video, and you can see them online. People in a third world country, this guy's got no shoes on and he's got no shirt on, and yet he's built a pump for his fields using magnets. Absolutely free power. Isn't that odd that that kind of technology is not making it here? Well, it's kind of the same thing with what we've got going on. Those that are bringing solutions, they're the quiet voices and the ones that are hardest to hear sometimes. So we're going to take a quantum leap forward. So strap in, here we go. First thing I want to show you is this figure right here. 78% of employees would switch jobs for better benefits. Another survey came out just this year by J.G. Wentworth that says 95% of employees, of insured employees, worry about medical bills. You know, group insurance isn't what it used to be. It used to be if you got group, you felt like you were set for life. You couldn't believe it. You danced the jig. But now it's almost a problem because you've got copays and deductibles and sometimes the sharing of premiums, and the people are hurting from getting on group now. All right. And we know the problem. The premiums are out of control. All right. Now, I kind of disagree with this statement right here. I don't think employees expect more support, but they sure do want it and they sure do need it. And we know the problem is healthcare. Okay. So first, we want to show you how we got to where we are, the evolution of this plan. It began in 1978 with the enactment of the Section 125 of the IRS Code. You probably all are aware of it. All right, but that's been around a long time, and it's not always used as well as it should. All right, 2010, the ACA came out, but in 2014, the lights went off. They found out that wellness activities and preventative services could be a real showstopper. So you think about this. Now, I'm on Medicare. My Medicare plan will give me a $50 gift certificate to go get a colonoscopy, which would cost me $2,500 if I walked in off the street. So you think of how much Medicare is paying for this one benefit alone, and it's not the only one like this. They're paying billions of dollars for colonoscopies and free procedures because they know it's going to save them money in the long run. So 2018, we appeared on the scene. We started getting national approval. Right now, last I heard, we were the only company to be approved in all 50 states. But in 2020, we actually launched, and we've never looked back. So structural leap, it changes everything. I won't go into all of this. You can look at that yourself. The things I want to show you is that we are using the tax code 125. We are fully insured. We've got people that they're in the same space as us. I won't even say they're competitors, and they're self-insured, which puts more risk on the company. All right, and we are also zero employer costs, zero out of pocket for the employees as well. So this is kind of the overview of the benefits, but let's kind of take a deep dive into them right now. So here's the first one. I love the first one. If we just offer this alone to all your employees, remember at no cost, we're going to offer it to your employees up to $1,000 a day, up to 30 days. That's kind of unheard of. What a benefit that is. The next one, an ER benefit for $500 a day. You can use it 3 times a year. And this is one that employees are more likely to be able to use. You know, they've got a copay from their group insurance, but look at there, it pays that and then some. Ambulance service, you need an ambulance ride, another $500. If you have critical illness, diagnosed with heart attack, stroke, or cancer, the major illnesses, $2,500. An accident is $1,000. Okay. Surgical benefit, $1,400. Now, suppose somebody needs a bunch of these. Let's say you get in a car accident, you get banged up, the ambulance takes you to the ER. A surgeon, they fix you up a little bit, they put you in the hospital for 2 days to recover. Now, if this was your employee that works for you right now and they got back to work, there's only one thing on their mind. And you know what that is. How am I going to pay for it? What's it going to cost me? All right. But with Quantum employees, if you're with us with Quantum, they would receive a check in this same situation for $5,400. Comes to the employee. They can use it however they wish. What an amazing deal. Okay, we've got a wellness plan to help people no matter what their conditions are. We use AI, and employees have a survey they fill out. We know what they need. If they've want to quit smoking, they want to lose weight, they got sleep issues. We have learning modules to help people deal with their illnesses and their conditions. Okay, you can have healthier employees. Prescription drug plan, check this out. Over 1,100 medications, zero cost for the entire family. Unheard of. Don't you know that's going to be a showstopper? Your people will love that. Telemedicine. The number one sought after health benefit today is mental health. So here you've got a teledoc. You can have a telepsychiatrist or a telepsychologist. And that's 24/7, which I really like because things seem to blow up when you get home, right? Or in the middle of the night. And here, no matter when things go awry, you can call up and get help when you need it. And it's zero copay. And again, for the entire family, they can call 6 times on any subject. All right. All the family members, a great benefit. And here, if you've got a daughter like mine who spends more on her cats and dogs than she does herself, you can also get free veterinarian care. Pretty cool benefit there. Zig Ziglar Life Coaching. We are huge fans of Zig Ziglar. He was our member. He is one of our members. And he came back and said, I want to add to what you're doing. I want to give back to the community. So they came on board. You can actually call them up 6 times, reach a live person, or you can watch the video series they've got. A fantastic company. And in fact, Tom Ziglar, the Zig Ziglar's son, who now is the CEO, has made us about 5 different promo videos where he's promoting what we do. All right, what you can expect. It works alongside any major medical plan. We are not group insurance. We work alongside of it, which means it can come into play in your workplace at any time of year. We're not tied in to open enrollment period. And again, no net cost for the employers or the employees. Okay. Now, here's how it works. The first thing we do is we're going to deduct the premium for the life insurance plans that we've got, and it's going to be a big old whopping deduction. We start at $1,500 we're taking out of their paycheck. Now, don't have a heart attack. That's actually a very good thing, and I'll explain to you in a bit. So we're taking $1,500 pre-taxed out of their paycheck, just like a 401k or group insurance, and that's to pay for all the plans that they've got, and they actually own these plans unless they leave your company, and then they give them up, okay? Really cuts back on turnover. So what this does, though, by taking that much money out of the check, it creates a tax saving. It lowers their taxable income amount, and they end up with a tax savings for both employer and employee, all right? Now, they've got a low number. They pay taxes out of that low number. After the taxes are paid, look at here. A claim or a credit gets paid directly back from the insurance company to the employee, and that's all according to IRS codes. So we use the IRS codes to our advantage. Now, let's take a paycheck and make it make sense to you. And here we're going to use an example of someone making $50,000 a year. Their take-home pay is $41.66. They don't have any deductions, which probably isn't very realistic, but that's okay. You get the idea. Taxable income is $41.66. Out of that, they pay taxes, all these over here, $853. But here's the only number they care about. What do I what do I get to spend, right? $33.13. Now with Quantum, same gross pay, $41.66, but now we're taking $1,500 out of their check. Their taxable income goes from $41.66 to $2,666. Instead of paying $853 in taxes, $457. After this tax is paid, then look, now the claim comes back in at $1,200, and whereas their take-home pay was $33.13, now it's $34.09. So you're looking at a improvement of $96 for that month. Okay, the employer is going to save $975 over the course of the year on this employee. Now, suppose your employees don't make as much. All right, here's somebody at the bottom of the scale, only making $12,000 a year. Again, it just serves as a good example. Their gross pay is $1,000. Their taxable income is $1,000. They pay $106 in taxes, $893 take home. Okay. Now with Quantum, they pay the gross pay is $1,000, but now instead of $1,500, it's $675. So we have a sliding scale that we use. Taxes instead of 106 is 26. Taxable income was dropped down. Now the credit comes back in and the paycheck goes up again. It's only $30 increase, but you know what? They weren't making much to start with. And even you, the employer, saves money. Now, if this is a company that had 100 employees, we won't get into all the numbers. Here's the only one we care about, is the employer would save $95,700 in the course of the year by giving better benefits. Now, tell me that's not a mind-blowing concept. All right. Now, remember, the employee not only got better benefits, but they got an increase in pay, and the company gets a reduction in their taxes. Our national average is $854 per employee per year. And so we have a lot of, we're all over the place. We help a lot of waitresses who have very low income and a lot of professionals. So that's a pretty good average for us, $854. Now, here's our sliding scale. The first thing we do is we auto-enroll everybody. Now, wellness plans have been out for a long time and they've been voluntary. And most employees don't bother with them. The national average, last I heard, was 6%. And the benefits are pretty slight. They're pretty slim pickings, okay? So what we do is we put every employee immediately on the highest plan. Now, if they end up even paying $1 for the Quantum plan, we drop them down to plan 2. So now, instead of $1,000 a day at the hospital, it's $875. Instead of 30 days, it's 20. Still a really super strong plan. 85% of our employees fall in these two categories. We want them all on these two categories because that's the best tax savings for the company, the more benefits for the employees. So we can drop all the way down here, plan 6 that we showed you a minute ago for that person only making $12,000 a year. So that's how it works. End-to-end support. We're going to work directly with your HR and with your payroll teams. We're going to educate your employees. We do all the work. The employees get an app on their phone, has all their information on there. Using the benefits is very, very easy. If they get stuck, we have an 800 number, a toll-free number, 24/7. They can call in the middle of the night. If they come to HR with problems, HR is going to say, call the number. All right. We're going to have a dedicated employee to work just with your company or just you won't have other people to talk to. You have the same person all the time, and they will be just like what you do in payroll. People coming and going, but it won't be as much as it was before. I can promise you that. And we integrate with all payroll systems. So that really is the program. Pretty cool program. Helps everybody, helps the employees, helps the company. There's no reason to say no. As Tom Ziegler said in one of his videos, it's actually cheaper to go with Quantum than it is to not. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, get back with me. We've got a couple options. If you want to move forward, we can do a Zoom call with other members of your team if you want, or we can send you a census and get an exact number and get back with you on another Zoom call and just go over exactly what it means for your company right down to the penny. So raising your hand or say you wanted more information or another Zoom call is not going to commit you. And by the way, we don't have long-term contracts. Give us a 30-day notice. If you don't like it for some reason, which nobody ever has, but you're welcome to do that as well. So again, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, get back to us. You take care. Bye now.